I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. We restore lots of pianos here at Brigham Larson Pianos. We sell lots of pianos that are new and used in all sorts of eras, and we also do restoration. That's a major part of what we do. We restore about 100 pianos a year, and most of them are family heirlooms. So we decided to give away a restoration with the intention of encouraging people to send us their stories. We hear stories pretty frequently, and we thought this is a perfect way to share all of those stories with everybody that is a subscriber, regular watcher to our channel. So let's watch this video together of one of our entrants.
Hi, my name is Jennifer King, and I woke up early before my family to make this video. When I saw Brigham's video on the giveaway, I just felt so touched in my heart, and I wanted to put my story out here to see if we could turn this into a beautiful piece of music again. So why this piano? I'll tell you my story. In 2011, we lost the most amazing father and grandfather to colon cancer in 3 short weeks at the young age of 67. Now, it's clear to see that his charismatic personality drew all to love him. But what most people don't know is that he loved music and being goofy. And when you put the two together, well, let's just say you get footage like this that used to make me cringe as a teenager, but that I now cherish.
Is a goofball.
My father came from a very unique musical family.
Funny guy.
Not in the sense of traditional training with intense theory and technique training, but they had an ear for music. I still remember this day as a young 7-year-old when my grandmother, his mother, taught me this special song on what I believe is called the auto harp, but I'm not even really sure.
Hey, wow. Learn all kinds of things here.
Now, I don't have footage of my father jamming out on our piano, but this is his brother, and he was very similar to him, and perhaps my favorite person of all time to ever play on our piano, because like you can see, he just heard the tunes and he would mimic things and make them up on his own, and we just loved to listen to him.
Uncle Pete's a character, apparently.
Well, just as we were coping with the loss of our beloved father, we were dealt yet another blow. The same exact week, the following year, in 2012, we lost our mother. What we were told was pneumonia was actually cancer, and it was terminal, and she died 6 days later. To lose any loved one is hard, but to lose my father and then my mother and be orphaned by the time I was 30 was really hard. I had just started my family, and after they passed, I conceived twins and would have 4 kids under 4 and no mom to look up to or help. We went on to fill our home with 8 beautiful children, 2 sets of twins, if you can believe it. I have my Snow White and the 7 dwarves with one guardian angel, Ammon, in heaven, he being one of the twins that had a fatal syndrome and died as a baby. Now back to the piano. It's obvious after seeing our family size that we are a family that could warrant having 2 pianos in the home. As with most families, we're busy and involved in lots of sports, and I try to always have at least 3 kids in piano lessons at a time, and I'd like to start a 4th soon. We even did the conservatory years ago when you offered that program, and we loved it. However, what breaks my heart is that none of my children will practice on this piano. They all go to the grand piano and wait their turns when they could use this, and it just sits here and remains silent because they view it as inferior. I know what you're thinking. Why do they want this piano redone when they have a grand piano? Well, that's another story and miracle in itself. I've always wanted a grand piano in our front room. And I remember when Brigham came to our house to tune, and he even said, "Oh, I envision a grand piano." Well, I got my dream. I scraped up every penny to pay $4,000 for a 1974 Yamaha that was pretty much handed to us by family in Arizona, and I made everything possible to get it. But I cannot get rid of this family heirloom, which means the world to me. This piano was given to my mother when she was 16 years old. I keep a photo on the top of it on the day she received it, on her 16th birthday in 1953.
That's a special picture.
The very
1953,
day.
yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's kind of rare to have the actual family member with a picture,
Yeah.
with it placed on top of the actual piece of furniture. It's just so special to me, and I will never take that off this piano. I grew up in a 1,200 square foot tiny home in the Bay Area of California. I was the youngest of 3 children. The home was so small that the only place we could put it was tucked in the side of our dining room. But you know, it was perfect because there wouldn't have been space in our living room that we had. But it was just enough space to be next to the dining room table, and the sound radiated through the whole home, but through the 2 rooms we actually lived in. I grew up learning to play the piano on this piano.
Oh, that's great. It's old footage. That is quite the mullet.
I have videos of my mom sitting down with me at the piano. Oh my gosh. And yeah.
Goofy dad, goofball.
Practice. I'll let you take me when I get the real thing.
Keep going, sounds good. All right, bravo.
Where are you?
Yeah, I'll return this.
I've actually had Brigham Larson pianos come to tune it this year and in years past. And every time you come, I go ahead and I ask how much it would be to refurbish this, and we don't have the funds to make it worth it. My husband doesn't see the value in it. It's not beautiful anymore. It's scratched up, it's scuffed up. I hide certain stains on it with decorations on top.
He should see the value in it. Come on, husband.
Maybe
It's
when he
not
sees
worth
this video.
anything. The seat is wobbly and it makes horrible sounds when you sit on it. Everything make sense to get rid of this. It just can't.
I'll just mention real quick, interject, that we actually have a reason when we lose a sale, we have a reason in our spreadsheet that, you know, we have various reasons, like they're not looking anymore, they got a free piano
To
or
a private seller.
whatever they bought from a private seller. Another one of our reasons is husband. So she, here it is again. Come on, husband.
She's not the only one.
Yeah.
But we love husbands. This is for Father's
And
Day.
so I guess that breaks my heart because in the room we live in, it just remains silent and no one plays it. And I would love to make this piece come alive and fill this room with sound again. We've kept this piano alive. Every key has been chipped. And so we took a file and shaved it down so it didn't cut our fingers on these old, I don't know, our ivory keys, the original keys of this. You think of the things that you take with you and that are left behind when your loved ones pass away. And the clothes of my mother don't fit. I'm 6 feet tall, she was 5'8". There's some trinkets around the home, there's Christmas decorations that I split between my two brothers and myself, but this is the one piece of anything I have that I keep.
It's special.
Because it's all I have left of my mother. And it's all I have left to give to my children, to remind them who Grandma Scott was. And that's my story. Thank you for considering it, and I appreciate your business and all that you do for this community.
That's nice. Very nice.
It makes me cry.
That's the vision. That totally fits the vision of bringing families together around pianos. That's the idea. She gets it. It seems like it's been doing that for several generations. Little Wurlitzer, little tiny thing in a tiny 1,200 square foot home in the Bay Area. Yeah, and now it's kind of it's sort of in place of her deceased mother and goofball also deceased father. Beautiful entry. Thank you.